Hello, friends. Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. This is Yogi from Christchurch. You can also call me as V. So, today I'm going to show you about how we can migrate to Canada. Canada is always been a very interesting country for all over the world, and where the persons or migrants who want to come and explore Canada as a visitor visa or work visa or to migrate there. So these slides I prepared you about how you can move to Canada in 2023. Every year, Canada changes its rules and regulations. So this slides is going to be very helpful to all of you guys, and you can make a note of it. And I'm going to show you a step-by-step guide, and I also make these some interesting notes for everyone so that you can understand what is the basic requirement. So let's start this video. So the work visa process, everyone is curious to know about what is the best way to work in Canada and how we can apply the Canadian jobs there. And there are many people who called me from specifically from Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and India, and they want to know how they can apply the job is in Canada. So this video is going to be very interesting for all the ones who's looking for the work opportunities in Canada. And some of you guys might be wondering I didn't make this video in my local language, which is Hindi, but to come to Canada one has to be meet the English requirement test. So if you don't understand English, so there is no use of to moving to Canada. So the work process for Canada 2023 is very very simple, and this video is also going to explain you what is the job procedures, how you can interact with those clients and everything. So I will cover each and every step very carefully. So apart from this, for any Canadian job offer, one has to be uh, get a offer letter and the employment contract from the employer. So the total Canada, if you talk about the total number of applicants from foreign workers in Canada, every year around 180,000 people applied from different part of the world, and they want to come to Canada for a work visa. And recently, Canada announced this year in 2022 that they required by the end of 2025 500,000 immigrants. So, which means from 180,000 to 500,000 is a pretty big amount, and they want this because now this is the year end for 2022. So, we have 2023, we have 2024, and we have 2025. So roughly we can have a in these 3 years we have roughly requirements of 500,000 more people there. So which is a very very big opportunity. So you guys will wonder so you would like to explore this option as a foreign worker. So what is the opportunities available? So most of the candidates which looking for the employment opportunity in Canada. So in 2022, this Canadian government has selecting all international worker extremely very very welcoming way actually, despite all the COVID restriction has going on, and the borders were closed, but they allowed everyone in a step by step way, so that they can enjoy walk there actually. Pa- so in this video we have decided a detailed video about how for about Canadian work permit process and the sponsorship jobs available in Canada. I'm also going to discuss which jobs are available for sponsorship in Canada for all the international applicants, so that you guys understand what is the what kind of skills is required in Canada. So this video is about a completely step by step details about the Canadian work process for 2022 and the jobs available there. So detail about coming back to the Canadian work visa process for 2023. So Of course, the eligible countries are everywhere from all over the world. All the international applicants are there. Program is a work visa procedure what is covered in this video. Why specifically Canada? What are the benefits actually? So in this process, we are going to cover the work permit. There is a visa options, accommodations, relocation support. We are going to discuss all these parts here. What is the benefit of working in Canada? So lots of countries having different opportunities and benefits there. Canada is not the exception actually. So Canada is mostly made by foreigners actually. If you talk about the population, 70-80% of populations are belongs to the overseas migrants, and only like 20-25% people are belongs to Canadian citizens, which are their local citizens and people. Canada provides a health system in all over the world for yourself and your family, and give you free health access with the government hospitals. They provide the free educations for your kids once you being like migrate to Canada, either on work visa or as resident. So they give you a free education to all the childrens up to university level. So which is a very good option for everyone. The Canadian passport ranking is all over the world is between third or fourth numbers, or like second number sometimes. It just just up and down sometimes, depends upon every year. So Canadian passport is very powerful these days, and you can travel across the country with the once you have get become a migrant or resident there. You can also once you get the Canada work visa, you can also apply your dependent child visa and your other family members. And once after certain years, once you have enough experience of Canada, then thereafter you can apply for your permanent residency there. My system is a little bit slow today. I don't know what is happening here. I think my mouse been stuck up. So now the application process. Yeah. So I think because of my mouse, it has. So the documents required for Canada work visa is, we are going to discuss each and every steps very carefully. So to be eligible for Canada work visa, what has to be required the following documents in ascending ways. So first you require the cover letter and resume. CV or resume is very important factor until you make it in like the Canadian format, which is very important. Your resume should be only in Canadian format. All the completed application form. The third one is a written offer letter from employment, which is we also called a contract or offer letter or a letter of offer. Proof of status in Canada if required. Like sometime you go on a visitor visa, and then after going there, then you just get a job there, then you get an offer letter. So if that is the case, you have to give your proof of status in Canada. What was your status in Canada while applying that work visa? Family members proof of status, what your family members are do and which country they belongs to and what is their status actually. Labor market impact assessment. So most of the time when we talk about the Canada visa, this document is very important, and a lot of agents are being doing scamming for this chapter actually. When we come to the labor market impact assessment, always remember this is a mandatory requirement for sponsorship and any work visa. One employer has to pass through with this process. So if anyone is not giving you this LMI, so of course that is not a valid job offer. Marriage certificate, if you are married, then you need to provide the marriage certificate as a proof of evidence. Quebec acceptance certificate. This is only applicable in a province which we call Quebec, which is like a French area. So one has to give the acceptance certificate from Quebec area if he's going to get an offer from that Quebec uh, region. A valid copy of passport, and your passport should be always in having a current validity. It should not be short expiry or like 6 months or 7 months left over. So that is not acceptable. All your education document should be transcripts in English version actually. Canada doesn't accept the qualification transcripts in their local country language. So evidence of financial resources to stay in Canada and return to your home country. So for example, you get a job offer. So say for example, sometimes it's a contractual job for like 2 years, or if it is a permanent job, depends upon like your contractual offer. You have to show immigration Canada that what are your financial resources while staying in Canada. So you should have enough resources of funds to move to Canada by through, and that can be done by bank statements and something like that. Then medical result, of course, like medical test is the important documents for any country. So Canada is also an exception. They require the medical test. They want like you should be free from all the disease or something like that. Some of the diseases are not acceptable, even you guys have a previous history for that. So those should not be in your medical test. Proof of meeting the job requirements. This document should be provided by your employer that like you meet the job requirements which is, you're going to join in Canada. Proof of payment for applicable government fees. So the fee structure that has to be paid online or through like demand draft for checks, whichever mode you are going to use, they need a proof of payment. And the recent passport size photographs, they don't accept the photographs less than like 6 month years old. So your passport photograph should be recently attached or made actually. There are many people who called me. They want to ask about like Canadian salary. So the average Canadian salary is Canadian dollar 54,000, or you can convert it in your local language. Sorry, local currency actually. And the minimum wages in any profession is only decided by each province. So, for example, if we talk about like British Columbia, there are minimum wages are something different. Some province has like $8, some has like $10, some have $15. So every province in Canada, when we talk about the province, we talk about the individual states. So every state has their different minimum wages settings. So whichever like state you're going to choose, you can check it that. Or if you are not sure, just put your comment in the comment sections, and I can tell you like what is the minimum salary in that province if you are not sure about that. There is always way to like ask questions if you're not sure about anything. So next one is the application process. So as I told you, like for past any work visa process, all the applications must have a appointment letter from Canadian company. That means we are talking about the job offer, or we are talking about the offer letter to apply for a work visa. This is we call also the visa sponsorship, or a job offer letter, or a contractual agreement, employment agreement. You can also contact directly company or ask if they are hiring, or you can also directly apply through the website. I mean, like there are various method like to apply for a job. You can apply it online, you can go through their individual website, you can go through indeed.com, you can also go through like various other job website. You can also work through the like, recruitment consultants. There are many ways. Whichever way you are applying, one has to be get an appointment letter or a letter of offer from the employer. That's a mandatory requirement. You can also look for a recruitment agency. Recruitment agency is just like a recruitment consultant or something like that who helps for recruiting overseas candidates. There are plenty of decent recruitment agents who gives this kind of service. They don't charge anything from candidates. Remember, a good agent never charge from candidates. They, because they charge is through their employer actually, most of the time. You can also visit through Canada government website or through the immigration website. There are plenty of information available on that portal. Again, if you're not sure like which job site you need to search, put comment in the comment section and I will provide you the link and I will provide you the website name, right? So if you are not sure, just always feel free to ask questions in the comment section. So my next coming point is the sponsorship jobs available in Canada for 2023. Many people are very curious to know which occupation is demand, like which segment we should try, and they what kind of experience they should carry in your home country so that they can easily find that job. So here's the list of most popular visa sponsorship jobs in Canada. These are low skill, these are high skill jobs. So the first category called for sponsorship is fruit picking jobs. This is we called also the farming jobs. So to pick the fruits from fruits tree and from the ground, there are plenty of fruit picking jobs available, and these are 100% sponsorship job. You won't get a residency through like fruit picking jobs, but you can have a Canadian experience for like 2 3 years, and then you have to exit from the country. So fruit picking jobs, there are plenty of opportunity available because Canada always lacking these kind of jobs of these kind of workers actually. Then the next one is unskilled job in Canada with visa sponsorship. So if you're not sure, just put in the comment section. I'm not going to cover everything here. I just make the highlights of this. But if you are want to ask what unskilled jobs in Canada are for visa sponsorship, you just put the comment section. I will make another video. Otherwise, this video is not going to. This video is going to be very very long actually. If we cover all these minor points, but somebody is interested, he can give me a call or he can put the comment in the comment section and I will give the answers very specifically. Please don't ask the repeat question which I already covered in this video. It's literally annoying, you're not paying attention to the videos, and I'm doing a lot of research and efforts to make these kind of videos to get benefit to you actually. But if you're not watching the video carefully, it will be a disaster. So next is apple picker jobs in Canada. So there is also apple fruits which is also in demand in for sponsorship. The Canadian companies visa sponsorship for job 2023. You can also do that. And Canadian government visa sponsorship job. There are government job also which offer a sponsorship actually. All time very very high. They are a high skill job. You will straight away get the residency on all those jobs. Next one is general farm workers. There are plenty of farm workers required in Canada. So if you have having your local experience in your home country for farming jobs, this is the best way to apply to Canada in a farming jobs. And the IT jobs have always been a good choice in Canada actually. So person who has having an IT background are the best candidate for Canada in 2023. So all these lists of jobs you can note down because I'm trying to make it little slow actually so that you guys can put it notes over there. Before you moving to Canada, you need to consider certain points. Consider always Canada as a for brighter future. So Canada is a welfare state, before you want to move there, you would like to gather some information about the state where you are going to work there, whether it's in British Columbia, whether it's Nova Scotia, or it's Alberta, or it's a Quebec. Whichever way, whichever state you are going, you just do a proper research for that province. If you're not able to get information, your friend Yogi is always there to help you. Just put the comment in the comment section and I will do some research for work for you, and I'm good at that. I can also contact my local different friends there in Canada and call over overseas there. I can get that information sorted for you guys because I have network all around the world, because I help a lot of people for migrations. So they are always being a asset to me. I never charge to anyone, so they always being very good friend to me. So if someone is like going from Kuwait to like Canada, like so he will be always remember me actually because of my guidance and uh, career counseling, like he shifted there. But if I give him a call, like he will give me the exact relevant true answer actually. So I can sort it out this for you. And the immigration consultant is also a very good options, like for many families, like which are not aware, like what the processes are, like still after watching my video they are still not confident. So the best way for these kind of family or like individuals is to hire a immigration consultant to sort them out actually. So this is all about my today's video. I hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you have any questions, I'm still open to answers your inquiries. So please put in the comment sections. Then like we can answer your queries accordingly. Thank you so much, and you guys have a wonderful day.